Hey, you know what? First day on the job, editor. You know what? We switched positions. This is killer.
Bringing out the heat.
What's up? Yo, did you see what's out in the garage?
I haven't seen it yet. I heard about it. I'm pretty pumped about it, actually.
I'm kind of pumped about it too. It's not usually my steez, but we got a special guest here. Now, I believe we came across this gentleman because he has been posting videos on the internet, specifically Instagram.
Which we have reposted.
Yeah.
Because it's that sick.
Yeah. If you notice, like, Hoonigan doesn't necessarily repost a lot of videos from other people, but it's pretty tight. A lot of creativity. Also, somebody's power washing.
I think Hurt's out there power washing some of this stuff off his old thing.
Hey, you want to tell Hurt to stop power washing? Hey, you gonna tell him I'm quiet on set? Huh? Pick a different time? Kyle with the lettuce. Corvette Kyle coming in hard. We got Alex.
What's up?
Man of so many words.
He's about to go hide in the cage.
We got this man right here. Introduce yourself to the people.
I'm Brandon, fresh squeezed RC.
This man has recreated some of our most radical vehicles, and not only that, it's also the burn yard, the OG yard, OG man line.
And he can wheel it.
Yeah.
Swinging that thing. It's a lot of skill, I know. I've tried RC stuff before, and I'm gonna stick to normal size cars.
Yeah. So, all right, you built these yourself.
Yeah, I mean, they're on existing chassis. They're Kyosho Phaser MK2 chassis, both these cars. And then really from there, it's just a matter of, finish them out the way you want, body, detail, and, all this is like hand painted.
What?
Everything's.
Talk about detail.
So where do you get these little turbos from?
Those are actually some guys I work with, Pushrod 3D. They do some really cool 3D printed scale stuff. So they actually did the turbos, the exhaust cutouts, and the fuel cell in the back for this truck.
Sick. So, okay, hold on. This is tight. We'll just focus on this one first, then we'll jump to ShartKart. This looks super dope. But what is under the hood?
The hood, yeah, the body.
I don't know anything about RC cars other than I've crashed the shit out of a bunch as a kid. Oh my! Oh!
Yeah, I mean, that's what most people know about them.
That's what you do, yeah.
And I still know how to do that really well.
Hell yeah.
Now this is going to be a little bit non-typical setup because it is the Hoonitruck and it needs to do all-wheel drive burnouts. So basically this is your speed controller. This is what tells your motor how fast to turn, how much power you're putting to it. This is way bigger than what you would typically see, but you need that because basically with all-wheel drive burnout, it creates a bunch of friction and heat, and then all of a sudden the tires grab and the motors kind of amp out. Basically, it overloads the ESC.
So more power.
More power, and then
More
this
party.
is, for RC people out there, they'll know, LiPo batteries. This is going to be 14.8 volts. Typically, a car this size, you would see it running on like 7.4 volts.
So at least double now.
Double, yeah,
Wow.
double power.
Hell yeah. Oh, sweet. You got a little. So I guess I can see you cut this down so you can fit the body.
To fit the Hoonitruck body. I mean, before I got here today, this was a completely stock chassis.
Oh, really?
So
Damn, man.
And then this motor here.
that's the motor there.
Drive shaft going forward.
Yeah, it's basically, it's set up, pretty much like any all-wheel drive car would be.
Yeah.
This got a couple of Kyosho upgrade parts, like the drive cups and the drive shaft.
I'm curious as to like what is everything made of, like even down to this and the axles themselves.
The axles are actually plastic.
They are plastic.
They've got a metal drive pin that goes into the cup, but the drive shaft itself is aluminum. These drive cups are steel, but
I'd imagine that you have same issues as real cars as far as stripping out gears and breaking stuff like axles and
your
things
drive
like
gears
that.
will break. I mean, all-wheel drive burnouts are hard on them, so you
especially doubling the power too.
Absolutely. And they make some upgrades for them. Some steel stuff that would help prevent that. But honestly, I've never broken a single axle on any of these phaser cars. I don't really have any reason to take the plastic ones out. It's less rotating mass, and that makes it easier on all the other parts.
So, dude, this body, like, where do you find it? Or is it like, did you start with something and then?
Yeah, this is basically from a company called Viterra. This is like their stock body, pretty much. Obviously, I've modified it pretty heavy. It's been really cut out, and I added the flares and stuff like that. There's not a lot of bodies out there, really, so there's no '78 F-150 body. Like,
Yeah.
That's just not a thing that exists. This is, I think, like a '69 F-100 body. You can see it's like a dent side or a
Bump side.
Bump side, not a dent side. I've had a couple people call me on that. And I'm like, what do you want me to do?
All this like flare stuff is kind of aftermarket.
Yeah, that was
and
actually
you just-
cut off of a BMW drift body I had laying around. I just cut them off and stuck them on there. So
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's like what I see a lot of guys doing renderings on on the internet of different cars and stuff like that. And just to imagine something off of something else, like, all right, this BMW piece is gonna work to make that look cool. Yeah,
that's
it's
what
cool
you have to do, 'cause,
Right.
this is like my very first scale build. That's kind of the thing in RC is like making it super realistic, making it scale. And this was, I built this like a year ago, and it was my first kind of foray into that part of the hobby.
Hell yeah, man. So I want to get into ShartKart though. Actually, here, you know what, Dan?
obviously.
Oh, what's up?
Not much. I see we got some race cars here.
Dude, this is
Amazing.
tight, and that's all.
That's metal.
It's all stainless. So it's all TIG welded, it's all stainless.
So it's actually cooler than ShartKart.
Yeah.
it's TIG welded, it's stainless steel. It probably works really well.
And it does work good. I mean, it's really heavy compared to a standard drift car, but it makes for really realistic action because you can see the suspension working. You can watch the car dip into turns when you
Can I?
get the brake.
Where can I pick it up from?
Anywhere. It's made of stainless.
Okay, man. I don't know. I didn't want to like.
ShartKart.
If the intake doesn't flop around, I don't want it.
I thought about trying to make the whole engine flop around, but I just
Wait, how did you solve that problem? Because
What's this powered by? Is this kind of the same setup as this?
It's a similar setup. It's a hobby wing setup, but it kind of has your standard size ESC. Everything's going to be harder to see on this car, obviously, but about the same speed motor. This one will run on 11.1 volts versus the 14.8 over here.
I'm just astounded with the detail of everything, like even down to the curve in the dash,
Oh yeah, man.
the supercharger setup, then the header you were telling me is stainless as well.
Yeah, I bent all those up.
He's even got the gas filler.
The gas filler,
And
the battery,
using the battery.
super safe battery.
It's way more secure than ours. You even got like the little gusseted.
Yeah, the gussets in the bash bar looks identical. That's exactly what it looks like. That's amazing.
I appreciate it. I mean, it's it's definitely everything on this is also kind of a learning experience. Like I didn't even know if it was going to work. It was totally untested until last weekend.
So, and what is this all fabricated from here? This is all metal as
It's
well?
all stainless.
So yeah, you made this entire body out of stainless steel.
Dude, this thing is so much heavier. This is like what, a couple pounds.
But it's metal.
This thing is easily 15 pounds.
But it's amazing. Like just to
tight.
form all this, that had to take quite a bit of time.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of cutting and shaping, and like the edges of the tub where they're rounded is I had, like made a jig and stuff so I could heat the stainless and bend it around because I don't have a brake or anything like that. So it's just
And making the fuel cell bump and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Damn.
Think about it, like that's not a piece of plastic. That had to be fabricated.
yeah, it was like I basically just made that out of a strip. So it's just a strip, and then I bent it the way I wanted to, and then I kind of cut slots in it to curve the top, and then welded a piece on the top.
You shoot video of you building this thing?
No, I took a whole bunch of pictures though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A time lapse would have been.
Yeah,
just
no.
bananas.
It would have. It's just I built most of this at work, so like 30 minutes at a time on my lunch break. So it would have been.
Should we keep that in the video? Or you was...
lunch
Well, no, he didn't
That'll
build it
break.
at work.
Yeah.
He built it on
Lunch
on
break.
his lunch
Lunch But then, all right, even looking down to the motor details and the
Yeah.
intercooler and stuff like that, like
It's got
so-
better fans.
Yeah.
It does have way better fans.
Yeah, they're not like a fan zip tied into the.
Yeah.
So what's involved with this? This is
So,
3D printing.
Yeah. Also, these parts come from Pushrod 3D. The intercooler, the radiator's 3D printed, and the intake. And basically, I just took pictures of or I sent them screenshots and sent them the sizes I wanted. And within I don't know, man, probably a week they had me my stuff. So from
Dude, that's so cool.
I mean, they've been like huge and helped me, Hoonitruck and that. It was pretty essential in like completing the builds. So, without those guys, it would have just been, a black truck with no turbos.
This is absolutely insane.
That rad?
Like forming the body around the shell of the, that.
Yeah, that was kind of the trick. It's,
Dude, right? That's super cool.
No, we would have definitely built the car around the whole back. Yeah.
Never be able to take it out.
20-minute
Can't
battery
charge
changes,
it.
so we just never do it.
play with it once.
Yeah. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is radical.
You know, like the wheels, you kind of got to make a concession on those because there's only so many RC wheels out there,
Yeah.
which sucks. You know, because that's one of the things you try to, really makes or breaks a car. But
No, not on this. This looks fantastic.
This is insane. All right, so you're gonna make.
I see a Kyle build in the future.
Yeah, right.
What's going on
yeah,
here?
it's right up his alley. Painted a little yellow paint.
So what's up with the Mad Van?
So that's actually on the same chassis tub as these cars.
Oh, okay.
If you had one of these drift cars, you could buy very minimal amount of parts and have a monster truck or a monster van or whatever you want. So it's pretty.
Monster Van. Kyle, Kyle's just whispered in my ear. Monster Van.
And they called it puppy love.
Oh, some love. All right, well, can we play with them?
I mean, I didn't just bring them here to look at them.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
All the juice.
Whoa. Oh, wait. This is the first time somebody else is going to try Dandelion?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's the first Dan line attempt by not Dan.
Yeah, not me. It's slick in here. All right, that's dope.
An inch away from getting chopped up.
Yeah, really. Pay attention. Oh, right into it. All right. Good thing that one had the tire on it. I gotta say, you're much smoother with your fingers than you are with your feet. Oh, oh!
just gotta let it drive itself. That's essentially, you just throw it and then just play with the throttle and it just goes in the direction. I'm actually loving RC cars.
Yeah.
Because it's still just like video games and everything. It still gives you the drift feel.
Right.
Like play Forza drifting, I get into it. Play simulator, drifting, I get into it. Same with this. Like the brain is just like, all right,
Yeah, because you have
that
the
line. Like
you got the line, you got a little proximity point. Like, oh, I can get close to that. Oh, I can do a 360.
Just-
Oh, I can flip that over.
the love. If you love drifting or driving cars, I just can't imagine you not loving playing with RC cars.
I'm already thinking about how we could set up the mini Mayhem course
Yeah.
right now
Yo,
and just try and drag the wall.
I got my rear-wheel drive one, so I'm ready.